Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
A Kansas man who joined the Air Force 59 years ago yesterday on one of the darkest days in U.S. history. KSN's Hannah Adamson and photojournalist Nicholas Kiefer explain how he went on to inspire dozens of future pilots.
After watching old movies featuring warplanes taking flight, Carl Nichols knew he wanted to fly. He joined the Air Force on November 22, 1963. But what was supposed to be a day of looking forward to the future quickly turned into one of the most infamous days in American history.
November 22, 1963, the day John F. Kennedy was shot.
Just hours after joining the Air Force, Carl Nichols would head to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas.
We weren't sure if we were actually going to go to Dallas and be armed and ready to go.
Nichols would stay at Lackland, training to become a member of the Air Police, what is now known as the Air Force Security Forces.
Learning laws and different regulations and what you can do and what you can't do, what you need to look out for.
From Lackland, Nichols would then be stationed at McConnell Air Force Base.
I was part of the what they call the 381st Missile Wing.
His mission to guard 18 Titan II missiles, each standing more than 100 feet tall.
I'd say to walk the perimeter fence, they're probably at a slow walk, 15, 20 minutes at most.
Nichols, part of the first line of defense.
You're always in radio communication with the commander down below. If one was to be released, the guard upstairs is gone. We considered ourselves, thought of ourselves as expendable if they had to release one.
After 2 years guarding Titan IIs, Nichols would take on a much different job in security.
The airman that was at the key punch machine at the time was about to get discharged.
Nichols quickly learning everything there was to know about key punch machines, one of several predecessors to the computer. At times, Nichols tending to secret documents.
A bunch of numbers, kind of like 1 zeros. When it goes through the reader, then it'll tell you what it actually said.
Nichols would retire after 4 years in the Air Force. Years later, he would receive his pilot's license and become a member of the Wichita branch of the Black Pilots of America, working alongside George T. Johnson and Rip Gooch.
Between him and George Johnson, you ask him a question about what they did, and you can just sit back and wait, because all the war stories that they came up with.
Through his work with the Black Pilots of America, Nichols helped nearly 30 future flyers take wing.
We helped sponsor several young men and women in trying to getting them to learn how to fly.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, great to see that they succeeded, yes.
Nichols would also pass on his love of flying to his son. His son now works as a pilot for a large commercial airline. Here for you, Hannah Adamson, KSN News 3.
On behalf of Devon James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to recognize this week's veteran, Carl Nichols. Mr. Nichols served our country in the United States Air Force.
Mr. Nichols couldn't be with us today, but we're very excited to present you this check for $500.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.